Okay, so let's get started. Hello, dear guests and friends. Welcome to our 12th TinTin Meeting. And today our meeting topic is From Neo Hackathon to Successful Project, Past, Present, and Future. I'm Tim, the community manager of TinTin and host of tonight's meeting. And I'm really glad to have the opportunity to meet you guys today and hope you enjoy the meeting. TinTin Meeting is a new online section of TinTinLand and focusing on blockchain technology field, inviting industry technical experts and participants to discuss the practical experience and construction effectiveness of blockchain technology and providing new idea solutions for developers. And our partner, Neo, as a public chain with an early start in China, has been upgraded and reviewed after the integration of smart contract function in 2017, and giving new vitality and vigor. Neo is a new public chain with a very high degree of developer friendliness and supporting multiple programming languages and providing full-stack smart development tools. And before the meeting officially starts, I will introduce the process of the meeting and all the participating guests to our audience. And the first is the flow of our meeting is divided into two main sessions. The first is from 8 o'clock to 8:50. Our first session will be a roundtable discussion, and the roundtable discussion will be conducted by all the guests from their own perspective to see some of the issues that our audience is summarized and interested in. And the second session is a Q&A session from 8:50 to 9:30, where the audience can freely ask their questions to the guest speakers. And in this TinTin meeting, we invite the winning teams of each track in the Neo Hackathon, and they are Best Decentralized Storage Project, Greenfinch; Best DAO Project, Neo DAO; Best DeFi Project, Pumpkin Swap; and Best NFT and Metaverse Project, DogeRift, with 2.5D NFT and 3D Metaverse Gamefi. And in this meeting, they will share with you the content of the projects and their team have participated in Neo Hackathon from past to the current progress and the future prospects. And we hope that the excellent project built by each team can provide some experience and new perspectives to our audience. Well, with that out of the way, let's get right to the roundtable discussion. First of all, let's have our Greenfinch team spokesperson, Mr. Alex Walker, briefly introduce himself and his project and talk to you about what is the opportunity to participate in this hackathon.
Hey, so I'm Alex. Thank you for introducing me there. I started Greenfinch back in beginning of the year, I think, as an API and documentation around NeoFS. And so part of the hackathon, the team built Greenfinch, which is, in short, is decentralized Dropbox and decentralized file management. So this means you can store your photos and your videos as you're probably used to doing in other platforms like Dropbox, however, in a fully decentralized way, and on the Neo blockchain. However, that's sort of how we like to describe it, although it's being used currently by Robert's Neo DAO platform to manage proposals for DAOs, and which we'll hear from him about more. But basically, Greenfinch will be the most privacy-centric way to store your content. You'll need no technical knowledge to use it, and we're really proud of that and the GUI we've built to support that. But we're actually also hoping, and not hoping, we will be moving into the NFT collection management space, and we think that it's going to take the blockchain world by storm when we get onto that. So that's me. That's Greenfinch.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And the next guest speaker is Robert Oscar, and let him introduce his project to you guys.
Hi, my name is Robert Osler. My project is Neo DAO, a developer toolkit that lets developers that only have typical website development skills build their own DAOs easily on the Neo Entry platform. They do not need to know how to create smart contracts or interface with a cryptocurrency wallet to create DAOs with the toolkit. However, there is also the Easy Builder website that lets non-developers create DAOs too, and this website was built with the toolkit. Neo DAO also uses Greenfinch, an amazing product to provide NeoFS services to the DAOs. I participated in the Polaris Hackathon because as a developer, I have a lot of ideas, but only a limited amount of time and patience to implement them. So I need a blockchain platform that has natively all the tools I need to create dApps, but with a powerful, easy to use development environment to build them with. That is why I moved over to Neo N3 after having spent a year developing for the Ethereum blockchain. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Robert, and welcome our next speaker, Sky.
Hello, and thank you for that. I'm Sky, and I'm going to mention a little bit briefly about Pumpkin Swap. It is a decentralized finance platform, much similar to Uniswap on Ethereum, where you can swap tokens, provide liquidity, and stake them. And you will also have the ability to create your own exchanges easily from within the app and check other liquidity pools. And I've always been fascinated by the blockchain technology for many years. I actually heard about Bitcoin when I was still back in school. Back then, there was not much information about it, other than it was just a form of payment. But I got into the blockchain development roughly around the time Neo N3 launched. As I heard, it offers the C# programming language, which is the language that I'm most comfortable with, and I had been working on it for many years. So it was just a no-brainer to pick Neo. Yeah, that was me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing, and welcome on the last speaker, Mr. Marco Cinco.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marco. I'm the lead developer of the DogeRift game. So, what's DogeRift? DogeRift is a GameFi built on Neo. Players use their Neo wallets as a game accounts and their NFTs as playable characters or items. The goal of the game is to earn tokens which can be used in-game to improve your gameplay experience or to trade, sell them for profit on the marketplace. We were in the Neo blockchain for many years already and are actively following all the events on the Neo. We have had the idea of bringing a gaming experience to the Neo blockchain for some time now. From all of the blockchains available on there, we think that Neo is the best building platform for such a project. After that, we decided that the Polaris is a perfect opportunity to show our project to the wider audience of the Neo community and to see how they will react to our vision of future game development on the Neo blockchain. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you all for excellent sharing. And I believe that after understanding your opportunities, you'll also be interested in why you chose the current track among the many options available to you. And can you give a brief introduction of your own track? Thank you. And our first speaker is also Alex Walker, please.
Hi, so Greenfinch came under the general middleware or best middleware project track using NeoFS. And due to the nature of what we're trying to do here, which is decentralized storage, this track was really the only one we wanted to apply to. NeoFS is an industry leader in this sort of space, the decentralized storage space. People just don't know that yet. Blockchain needs a solid storage solution, and we hope to fill that gap. There's nothing stopping any blockchain right now taking advantage of NeoFS. They don't have to be on the Neo blockchain to be taking advantage of its capabilities, and this would be something of a mission statement for Greenfinch. We already offer an API, so there's nothing to stop anyone using NeoFS, and we basically want to bring it to the surface. So that's really why we entered this track.
All right, thank you for sharing, and welcome, Robert.
I believe DAOs are one of the most exciting spaces in the blockchain universe, and that is why I selected the DAO track in the Polaris Hackathon. The ability for disparate groups of people to coordinate in a decentralized and transparent manner to achieve complex goals is truly a revolutionary direction for civilization. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is Guy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, like I mentioned, Pumpkin Swap is a decentralized finance project, and I've chosen the decentralized finance track because of the freedom for everyone to have an equal chance to participate in this digital revolution that is happening. It is an important part in the whole blockchain space where everyone can start their journey and project. And I believe that decentralized finance is just in its beginning phase, and there's much more to explore here, and I'd love to be a part of this. Thank you.
And welcome, Marco Zinko.
So yeah, I think that the NFTs are a big revolution on how we are able to acquire assets on the blockchain to prove our ownership, and the most important thing, how we are able to trade or sell them. NFTs are still very new, and it will take some time for its full potential to shine. We as full-time game developers recognize the potential which it can bring to the gaming industry, and we are focused on building gaming around the NFTs. Currently, when you play games, in most of them, all your accounts, characters, and items are stored, owned, and controlled by the company which made the game. In most cases, you are not allowed to trade or sell your characters, items, and in-game currency because they want to maximize their profits. With the usage of NFTs, you can give the ownership, and with that comes the freedom of choice to the players to decide for themselves what they will do with the characters, items, and in-game currency. And I think this will bring very soon a revolution to the gaming industry. Thank you.
Okay, it seems that like all of you have your own reason for choosing the track, but there are a lot of reasonable projects in Web3 track. So can you tell us the advantages or innovations of the project compared to other similar projects in the track? And why did you choose to develop the public chain based on Neo? And please speak, Alex Walker. Thank you.
I mean, the main innovation that we can offer really is the tangibility of Greenfinch. It's something that we think people can just understand when they hear it's Dropbox on the blockchain or it's decentralized file storage. We don't think it needs any more explanation than that. And I think that's something that is, will be and needs to be a big deal in the blockchain space. It shouldn't be something that's hard to understand. It's something we think anyone, regardless of their technical understanding, should be able to understand and the use case for and be able to use. Right now, it's just the beginning. We're going to be using Greenfinch to build out some awesome applications that are underpinned by NeoFS. We've got some great ideas for censorship-resistant news, pay-per-view, pay-per-click kind of content, decentralized databases, all coming, all powered by NeoFS and the incredible features that it offers. As we've already pointed out, and so has Robert, he's already using it for another project in the DAO space. And I think this is basically something that the industry as a whole hasn't really picked up on. Everyone's obsessed with JPEG NFT collections, and I just don't think that's what decentralized storage is really all about. That's just a tip of the iceberg. But after playing with other solutions and other blockchains that are trying to fill this decentralized storage gap, they just are not a patch on NeoFS. The capabilities built into NeoFS are streets ahead of its competitors, and there is still so much to come. If you follow the Discord group, you can see what's coming next. But if the NGD can get people to look at Neo and NeoFS, it should quickly become so clear that this is the case. Greenfinch does hope to be a facilitator of this and show other blockchains what a real decentralized storage solution should look like, and today does.
Next is Robert.
The main advantages of Neo DAO over other DAO toolkits is that it runs on the Neo N3 platform and that it is integrated with the Greenfinch API so it has NeoFS support. Neo N3 provides native features like single block finality, oracles, and superb decentralized file storage, and these features make Neo DAO more robust, easier to use, and more powerful than other offerings. Also, thanks to the Greenfinch API, Neo DAO is tightly integrated with NeoFS, as I said before, but you have to remember, NeoFS is the most powerful decentralized file system on the planet. Thank you.
The next speaker is Sky.
Yes, thank you. One exchange that I like is Flamingo Finance, which is also built on Neo and 3. Like Pumpkin Swap will have similar features to Flamingo, such as swapping, providing liquidity, and staking. The main difference between them will be that Pumpkin Swap will be sort of a Wild West where everyone can make it happen. Everyone can create an exchange pair and swap between tokens. Creators can even add rewards to incentivize others to participate and stake their tokens and also get rewards. Creators will also be able to time lock their assets and initial liquidity to increase trust around their community. And that is just some small parts of Pumpkin. Well, there are still more plans which I hope to add soon. And the main reasons for picking Neo are, just like Robert mentioned, a single block finality and also the C# programming language, which they offer, allowing me to quickly start and just without having to learn a new language. Thank you.
And the last speaker is Marco.
We are game developers for over 7 years already. And we have published over 20 games on the Steam platform. That's a platform for PC games. And we have over 2 million activations of those games. As active game developers, we have a lot of experience in gaming industry. We got really a lot of user feedback and growth as a company in that way. We gathered a lot of experience and know how to build around it to create a fun to play, quality gameplay. There are many projects that want to make this happen, to build a game development background with a very hard or maybe impossible to achieve. For the game development and backend, we are mostly using C#. And as Neo provides development in that language, we see that as a huge advantage, and it helped us build smart contracts very easily. So most of our game and backend is fully written in C#, and as that's our native language, we kind of adapted to the Neo blockchain really very fast. Also, the Neo blockchain has very low fees compared to other blockchains, which was kind of a game decider why we are building on this great platform. Because for like NFT gaming and a lot of transfers, the platform needs to be cheap, so the economy will be stable. So thank you.
All right, thank you guys for sharing. And as we know, 2022 Hackathon is a process to exercise product making, teamwork, development experience, and competition with all the masters. And I believe you have accumulated sufficient abilities to face future risks and opportunities. So about the future and vision of your project, can you tell us like the roadmap of your project? And we can speak like before. First, Alex Walker.
Okay, yeah, so for our roadmap, I mean, the next big thing to watch out for with Greenfinch, and it's coming soon, so watch this space, is mainnet capabilities. We're currently just on the test net. And just to be clear on that, it's actually ready to go now, but for responsibility reasons, we've disabled mainnet access while we make sure that it's completely bug-free and ready to go. But there's nothing stopping us turning on mainnet right now if we wanted to. So that's our big next step, which we hope is going to make quite a big difference, because it means that the community can then start to really use Greenfinch and really start using NeoFS for what they want to do with it. And we're hoping from that, we'll get a lot of people telling us what they want to see next, what they want changed, and we want to build what the community asks for. We want to follow and make sure we're building exactly what is needed, really. So that's our main next goal. But we're getting quite a lot of interest in our Discord around decentralized websites. So being able to host websites on NeoFS and manage those websites, manage your assets. And that's not too dissimilar from managing managing NFT collections. And the main reason that that's turning up a lot of interest is NeoFS offers some security and privacy around NFT assets that other chains can't offer you and don't seem to care. Well, the things that you need when it comes to an NFT and a unique asset that you and you alone own is privacy and security. So it's a no-brainer that that's really somewhere that NeoFS is going to be able to be fantastic. And we want to move into that space soon. But there's a slightly longer term, mid-term, let's call it, part of our vision is something that the Dropbox and the Google Drives of the world just can't offer is location-based storage. And in this day and age of a privacy-centric, data-centric world, NeoFS offers an extremely unique capability, which is a data owner can specify with incredible precision where their data should be stored. So you can say that you only want your data to be stored in Finland and Argentina, or you could say that it should only be stored in countries where the outside temperature is below 30 degrees centigrade. It's totally 100% customizable from that perspective. And for businesses in a data privacy world that we live in, this should be an extremely compelling feature. And I've already had conversations with one company that want their data to be stored in China, and therefore things like Dropbox just aren't an option for them. And so other things that NeoFS offers is the granularity of who can access data and when they can access it. So as part of our midterm future plan and vision is to take advantage of this and offer things like pay-per-view content. That could be early bird access to content, whether it's music, whether it's news. And we've actually got interest in censor-resistant news and news articles that could easily be something that NeoFS and Greenfinch could do. So that's sort of our current vision for the future. There just aren't enough hours in the day at the moment to implement all of these things.
Okay, thank you for sharing, and let's welcome Robert.
The next 90 days will be spent debugging and streamlining the NeoDAO toolkit and EasyDAO Builder website. The ulterior motive for this is to divert a large portion of the NFT marketplace from Ethereum over to Neo N3. This will be done by orienting the EasyDAO Builder website as an NFT artist funding DAO site, encouraging people to fund their favorite NFT artists along the lines of commissioned works in the analog art world. The vast majority of both NFT buyers and sellers still don't understand that when they buy an NFT, they aren't getting what they think they bought. All they get is a link to some resource, usually on IPFS, the interplanetary file system that is popular on Ethereum. If the link provider changes the content the link points to, then the buyer is out of luck. In the case of IPFS, if the resource is not accessed in an extended period of time, that is, it is not pinned, it vanishes from the web and the buyer is left with a link to nowhere. The combination of Neo N3 smart contracts and NeoFS can be used to create a persistent and unbreakable chain of verification so NFT buyers can trust the NFT they bought is authentic and has not been changed. As a side effect, this can also be used to protect NFT artists, sellers, because NFT buyers will know what is authentic work by the artist and what is not. This is a powerful marketing advantage for Neo N3, and the world needs to know about it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Robert, and welcome our next speaker, Sky.
Thank you. So the roadmap for Pump and Swap is big, but I need to focus on one step at a time. So to get Pump and Swap on the mainnet, the roadmap has been made smaller. But once it's on the mainnet, there will be much more features added. So the current plan is to refactor the code, get the staking rewards created so creators can reward users for staking their tokens. And after that, allowing users to stake, unstake, and get their profit. And once all of this is done, I would like to have the code audited before going live, just to make sure everything is good and there's no bugs. But right now, I'm currently in the process of creating a roadmap and organizing my team. Thank you.
And welcome our last speaker, Marco Cinco.
Okay, thank you. So very soon, like in a matter of weeks, we will release the beta version of the game. And the first one who will be able to play the game will be our NFT board Doge Club holders. And the game will feature 3 different game times. There will be one player versus player type that will focus on football type of the game, and there will be 2 adventure type modes of the game. You will be able to play as solo or in group or with your friends, whatever you prefer. After that, like during the next couple of months, we will release patches on a weekly basis, and those will bring new content and the mechanics to the game. And there will be an in-game shop. Marketplace for our NFTs is in development, and it will also soon be available on our website. In parallel with the 3D development of the game, we are already working on a mobile version of the game, and the beta for that game will be during the last quarter of this year. For us, this is just the beginning of the journey of using the Neo blockchain as a platform for game development, and we are really excited in what the future will bring to us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And well, after listening to what so many bigwigs shared today, and do we all listeners here have a deeper understanding of their projects and about Neo Hexon? And lastly, let's ask the one more question. Can you share with us that you have gained most from participating in this hackathon? And do you have any experience and advice to share with us and to our listeners for the future hackathon program? Thank you. We can start with Alex.
Sorry, I was on mute there. Yes, I mean, the most significant gain I think that we gained from this hackathon was meeting the community, working with the community, building up a good relationship with members of the community, and hopefully helping and working with the community to get Neo's name out there and be taken seriously by the wider blockchain community, because it really should be. But another gain that I certainly was, well, what the team did really, was that we really got a proper sort of to some extent expert level understanding of the decentralized storage option and opportunity that NeoFS offers here. And basically what in my opinion is the silver bullet of Neo. This decentralized storage platform is unrivaled, as I've already mentioned, and I think that's something that we certainly gained an understanding of. We just need to work so hard as a community with the NGD so that it is known about deeper and wider than the Discord community, where basically most of this hackathon was run from my understanding. So that's, I think, our major learnings here.
Okay, thank you, and welcome, Robert.
The most significant gain I've seen from the hackathon is that the Neo community has superb developer support that can be found on the Discord or via Neo Global Development devlog and other videos, and for continued timely industry coverage from outlets like Neo News Today. This level of support is unparalleled in the blockchain space and without equal in the blockchain industry. Without that help, NeoDAO would not exist. And my advice to other developers is, especially those struggling with the tools or the platform itself, like high fees, etc., of other blockchains, is to come over to Neo N3 now and be part of a growing revolution in easy, robust dApp development. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and welcome, Sky.
Thank you. The most significant gain we got from this hackathon was a chance for us to show our work. I love coding and I love development, and bringing my idea into reality in this hackathon was a perfect opportunity, and I've learned a lot. There is amazing dev community around Neo, and everyone is eager to help out. And yeah, my suggestion for any developer is just to give Neo a try, because it really is amazing. There's awesome blockchain toolkits which can make your life so much simpler, and you will not regret it. Thank you.
And welcome, Marco Finkel.
Thank you. Well, during the hackathon, we greatly increased our community and we connected with many developers on the Neo blockchain. And for us, that was the most significant gain. Like the community on the Neo blockchain is very active and we are proud to be a part of the developers and to hopefully bring a great gaming experience in the future months and years to come. We think that Neo is really a great blockchain for NFT-based game development, where you can write very fast your first smart contracts in one of the many programming languages available. In our case, we use C#, and there are many other languages available, which is really rare in the blockchain development. And we are very optimistic in the future development on this platform. And I think this is just the beginning of a new era of blockchain gaming. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for wonderful speeches in the roundtable session today. And after the fierce competition and so much meaningful sharing, I'm sure you will be able to create more achievements and more wonderful works then today as the mainstay and new force for the industry in the future. And thank you all for this. Next, I've already saw some of our guest listeners have some questions to our guest speakers. So let's listen to what's going on to their QA. Hi, Sue. Do you have any questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not familiar with Neo ecosystem, so I'm wondering what's going on Neo ecosystem, and yeah, this is my question. And if there are special features about Neo.
So any speakers can give her an answer, you can talk about the brief introduction about Neo and what's your understatement of Neo.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. Neo N3 is basically the culmination of years and years of learning from the original legacy N2. There were a lot of things that the people wanted to do back with Neo N2, but they weren't possible at the time. So instead of just doing a rug pull or falling away, the fantastic team at Neo Global Development and the other developers, they went back to work quietly for years, and they've come back now with Neo N3. And Neo N3 has all the inherent native pieces that a developer really needs to make critical, robust, and safe dApps. And as far as some of the features are concerned, single block finality means you don't have to worry about an orphaned copy of the chain appearing and you not knowing if your transaction really happened or not. And uncertainty is the devil to developers, especially in the complex and dangerous world of cryptocurrency. We want to know that when we make a transaction, it has been done. And single block finality gives us that confidence. On top of that, we have built-in oracles. We don't have to go out to a third party to execute an oracle call and interact with the real world. It's right in Neo. And Neo cares about its materials and modules and takes care of them so the developers know that's another piece of uncertainty that they don't have to have a problem with. And finally, as we've been saying over and over again, and it's not to oversell it, it's because it's been undersold and it's so critical. NeoFS is the most powerful decentralized file system on the planet. And how can you host NFTs? How can you host the data for long-term archive storage that can only be summarized in smart contracts because of the cost of storage? Now you have this external decentralized file storage, which apparently is going to be on par with Amazon S3 as far as cost. Very inexpensive that smart contracts and dApps can use, and that fills out the last piece that developers and users desperately need to trust and to really engage with the blockchain. So Neo N3 is the culmination of all the things the N2 people wanted to put out. It wasn't ready yet, but we're back now, and now we're ready to really take off, and at the perfect time. That's my take.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And do you have any other questions to our guest speakers?
Nope. Thanks for your answering. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And if any other listeners don't have any questions, and we will just end our TinTin meeting for today. And thank you very much for your time today. And we are very grateful to all you guys who were be able to join us at TinTin meeting today. And we hope you can learn something meaningful to enrich yourselves in today's meeting. And wish you all the best to your future hackathon work and life, and make one more wonderful work as the mainstay of the industry. Thanks so much for today's meeting, and also thank you to all the guest speakers. You did a really great job, and thank you for your effort. So we're gonna close our meeting in 1 minute. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, TinTinLand.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.